about it for the Times because it was very unique. He said, well, by the time it publishes, I'm only going to be here another night or two. And homelessness we didn't see as an issue in the refrigerator. One was for the dog and one was for Larry. And Larry didn't have his glasses in the morning, so for 2 weeks he was taking the dog medication. And you can about imagine the fun that his wife had with that once she found out. That was one of my most, We had our first extra edition in Storm.
Member of the community wherever he lived. While in Royal, he was an active member of the Lions Club and organized the Little League and high school baseball programs during the summer months. After moving to Truesdale area, he helped organize a Boy Scout troop, was president of the Truesdale Cafe and Grocery for 4 years, and he helped organize the Truesdale Summer Little League baseball program by recruiting the players, coaches, umpires, and scheduling the games for over 20 years. He also coached the Babe Ruth team during those same years. He served on the Albert City Truesdale School Board for 10 years. He and his wife were members of the Albert City Truesdale Booster Club and helped organize and worked at fundraising events. He served a portion of a term on the Arrowhead AEA Board and served 4 years on the Beebe County Compensation Board. He was a board member on the Beebe County Pork Producers for over 20 years. He and his wife were co-chair people for 2 years of the Order of the Arch, which is a major fundraising organization for Buena Vista University. And he's been active in soliciting funds for Faith Open Charity for 5 years. He was also a member of the Storm Lake Little League Board for 5 years. He and his wife have been members of St. Mark Lutheran Church in Storm Lake for 47 years, and he served many years as an usher, served as a member and chairman of the Properties Board for 6 years, and most recently was involved with the fundraising committee to support the remodeling project of the church's sanctuary. He's been a volunteer for Community Ed by driving the bus for the Christmas Tour of Lights and soliciting prizes for this primetime program. Our volunteer has been active in the High Noon Kiwanis Club by serving as a president, delivering community meals, helping with the sailing program, the triathlon, Labor Day car show, Salvation Army bell ringing, Santa's Castle, and selling ads for the boys and girls basketball jamborees. And I tell you what, he has sold by far and away the most ads ever. Every year, he blows everybody away. I know that because he sells them for me. He also started the Kiwanis baseball tournaments to help to promote the sport in Northwest Iowa. He's an avid sports fan, and if you know him, he's a true baseball junkie and can be seen at most local sporting events. He's even been known to do some recruiting of players while he's driving the school bus around. He's got a captive audience in the bus, and he pigeonholes them and says, you know, you ought to do this, or you're a pretty fast runner. He's a true believer that providing positive activities for kids brings out their best, and he believes there is good in every child. He's their greatest advocate and cheerleader. His work experience included being an insurance investigator, teaching and coaching in Royal, and farming and raising livestock alongside his brothers. He then took on the Iowa legislature by serving in the Iowa House of Representatives for 16 years. Once he retired from farming, they moved to Storm Lake, where he worked for DeKalb and started driving the school bus. Our volunteer of the year grew up on the farm north of Storm Lake near Truesdale, graduated from Truesdale High School, and then graduated from Buena Vista College at that time. Now it's Buena Vista University, where he played basketball and baseball. He was married to Gladys in August of 1960. They're the proud parents of 4 children, Julie, Tom, Rob, and Steve. Currently they have 9 grandchildren and 1 great-grandchild. Let's see, baseball team's got 9 on it, right? So I guess you got an extra pitcher. And as we know, pitchers are important. So I'm sure you realize by now we're talking about Russ Eady, the primetime Senior Volunteer of the Year. got your prepared remarks, bud? Congratulations. Gosh. Good job. I was in a meeting with him yesterday, but I didn't tell him anything about it.
That's a total surprise. I've enjoyed every minute of it. And I don't think I'd do anything different than I've done for the last 76 years. Thank you very much.
And after all, you're my wonderful. Today was gonna be a day, but